You did it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
No. Okay, ready?
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
We're the best of pounds. Nothing gonna again. We're the best
Almost fell.
of pounds.
Nothing to keep you down.
We're the best
Around. Nothing to ever keep you down.
We're the best
Around. Nothing's
Nothing's
gonna
gonna
ever keep you down.
We're the best.
Around.
Never keep you down. We're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. And that's how you do a song of the week. That's how you do a song of the week.
Honestly, that was at first I was like, wait, I didn't know how to ride the wave, but then I just stayed with it.
Yeah, and then
it got really fun.
Do we sound good?
I think we sound good. Do I sound loud? Here,
You sound kind of loud, but it might
I'm
just.
gonna pull it back.
All right,
I think it was also the hat. It was like bouncing.
echoing. Wait, is that a thing? Like the hat makes it.
I think it helps.
If I talk out like this, does it come back down?
It should.
Are you sure?
I don't see why not.
Hello.
Do you think sound just doesn't work for hats?
I don't think it's a major contributor,
Yeah, I guess you're right.
dude. Okay, really quick, we'll just say this is episode 24. And you might be wondering, why is that important? But we like to do a special thing here at Take 4 where every four of a 10.
Yeah, well, so like not every 4 episodes, but you know how significant episodes is like 10, 20, like 100, 50.
Every 10 episodes is usually the big thing. For us, it's the ones with the number 4 in it. So it was episode 4 was a huge deal. You might not remember.
Yeah.
And if you do remember, or if you don't remember, go back and watch episode 4. Episode 14, even bigger deal. But now episode 24, here we are. Mm-hmm. Another chapter.
No, yeah, doesn't it feel like it's like, yeah.
It's the start of something new.
Because even episode 14, we didn't do guests at that time.
You know, things change. And to me at least, these 4 episodes, like the 4s, it's just an opportunity to look back and reflect on things that have happened, things that we think we've grown from. We have less viewers now than ever before.
Yeah. But that's always, you need less to get more. And I think 24 will bring it back.
We're on the comeback. But yeah, thank you guys for coming along with us on this ride, on this journey. And I'm excited to see what's next.
No, there's a lot of fun stuff. There's a lot.
We're saying that next week. Guys, that's the end of the episode. We're done with the podcast.
Guys, I don't have an arm. I lost my arm.
I don't know what happened.
You know what? Okay, here's one thing. Can we talk about? Can we talk about that?
What? Oh.
Because we haven't talked.
So
it's like there's the horse in the house. This is your horse.
So I guess we have been slow with the episodes recently, and that's just because there's been a lot going on. I bought a motorcycle, huge. I dropped the motorcycle,
huger.
No, I did. I bought a motorcycle. I dropped the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I thought he was playing, but
what's crazy?
You know the Batman villain Two-Face. So the side you dropped it on, it's like clearly down the middle. It just is like, oh, this is a new motorcycle, and then you look at the other side and you're like, oh, it's damaged.
I didn't even. Okay, so that's the thing. It's not even that badly damaged. Only really one thing happened and one small scratch. That's you?
No.
It's you. No, but I dropped the motorcycle, and here's how I dropped it. I've actually hold on.
Keep going. I don't know why I lied. Why did I lie? Yeah, so you dropped it?
So okay, I'm actually pretty for like being. Most people will tell you like, oh, you know, you're brand new at riding bikes, you're gonna drop it, which isn't necessarily true. And I thought I was gonna be like, I'm never gonna drop this motorcycle. Like I'm pretty good at riding it, whatever. The other day I took it. It was 90 degrees outside, which is honestly, if we're gonna blame anyone for dropping this motorcycle, it's global warming. It was 90. It's October and it's 90 degrees outside. So I take it for a ride to my friend's house, and then I come back, and I like pull into my driveway, and I'm like about to open the garage to put the motorcycle in the garage, and it's like hot, and I'm sweating. I'm legit like my shirt is like ran through because of how hot it is. Why am I struggling to breathe? You hear me? Like,
wait, what? Yeah, I was
I'm
like,
like
what
snorting through the story. I'm like, this is how I'm gonna try you.
Are you hot right now?
Yeah, a little bit. But anyway, so I pull up and I put the kickstand down to like get off the bike and open the garage. Mm-hmm. And I forgot that when you put the kickstand down in like modern bikes, there's a kill switch that like when you put the kickstand down, it automatically turns off the engine, right? So I put the kickstand down and the engine turns off, and I assume that the kickstand's all the way down because the engine turned off. Mm-hmm. And I get off the bike and I walk away from the bike, and I realize the kickstand was not, because I was on the driveway and it's a slope. The kickstand was not all the way down, and the bike just like until it hit the floor.
Oh, for it, so
and
slowly?
It was so slow, and I was like, oh, that couldn't have possibly done anything. And then I heard pop, and the clutch lever snapped.
Jesus.
Yeah, and that's like the only bad thing that broke. And like it still works and it's usable. I just have to replace that lever. It's literally just the tip of it popped off. And I think it only popped off because it had been outside in the heat and it like baked a little bit. So the metal wasn't as strong.
That makes sense.
It was such a slow like, because the kickstand was still out a little bit. So like it had to push the rest of the kickstand back in for it to come all the way down.
Damn. So it's common for people to drop bikes?
When they're brand new to riding motorcycles.
That makes a lot of sense. So wait, the kickstand went, so.
You see how it's all the way out right now?
Yeah.
It was like half of that.
All right.
And it, just because I was on a hill and it didn't come out all the way. I thought it came out all the way.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Because when you told me, I thought you legit just like got off and I thought you fell, like you parked and you fell. Dude, I'm not joking.
Ow.
I swear to God, one of these days, ever since you got the bike, I don't even think I fully told you this. I'm so worried you're just going to die.
You worry about me?
Well, because the thing is, or not die. I shouldn't say die. I'm worried that one of these days you're going to, because here's the thing. From skateboarding, show your arm. That's from skateboarding. That's from, I've seen so many people be injured from skateboarding, but I've never seen like a skin graft. Especially for that. It's not like you're skidding.
This is from skateboarding. The little scars from skateboarding. This is from the doctors fucking up the surgery.
I know, but
not really. My body just didn't react.
So let's say you break a femur.
I've heard one of the most painful breaks.
I know. That's
I think we're getting a little close.
Yeah.
That's what?
The clutch lever's in my back. Oh God! I went to the store.
It hurts.
I swear I've had I told you I had two dreams, but that one of them was, why do we keep having dreams about each other?
You have dreams about me?
Yeah. So
I had a dream Carlos got shot.
a lot too. It was a lot. It was just
and you're like, guys, is it bad? And you turn around and your back had holes.
What is that?
I don't know. What did you drop? No, your back had holes, and you looked at me. You're like, am I going to be okay? And I was like, yeah, buddy, you're going to be fine. And then as you got into the ambulance, I turned to everybody else there, and I was like, I don't know if he's going to make it.
He's dead. He's dying.
Carlos God.
Have you seen...
What dream did you have about me, though?
I had one, dude. There was one where it was just like, I think it was like the day or two after you got the motorcycle, and it was just like, I think I was coming here and I was driving by an ambulance, and then I just see the bike. I just see the bike, but it's like on a tree.
So I at least was going off a jump.
No, I think something happened. You flew. It was two opposite directions.
It's bad.
I know.
But if you see me riding it without the clutch lever, you'll have some peace of mind.
Yeah.
One thing about me, I could ride a motor.
It was funny because you're like, I can ride.
I know how to. I have my license.
I know.
Isn't that crazy? Quick.
I know. It was like one visit.
I got my... So I'm not even going to talk about that.
Yeah. Well, here's what we will talk about. So this episode, usually when we were trying to save it, We really wanted to Chooch on this. But I mean, it's just different schedules. We can't.
It's
really
so
do
tough.
much. And there will be a point where we don't have Chooch. Chooch. The reason why we did guests in the first place is because we wanted Chooch on all the time, and that wasn't possible. We thought she was just gonna be done. She will come back every now and then, but for episodes like this, we just have to, unless we just don't record for like 2-3 weeks until
then,
it fits.
yeah, then we're just
So,
shooting ourselves in the foot.
if
There's a
Chooch-
couple things we want to change about the podcast.
Yeah.
One of them starting right. Hey guys, we're here with Nikki, and we just want to take a quick break from the episode to please ask you guys to do us a couple of favors. Please, 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 if you can, make sure you subscribe to the channel down below. Maybe drop a like on this episode if you can. If you can.
And then also, if you're already doing that, it would really help us a lot if you followed us on Instagram, share the videos with your friends, comment, like with the ones you like, fuck with the ones you fuck with, and then hit us up and come back for more.
All the links will be down in the description below. Please, 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 please. If you guys like this podcast, please let us know, because literally anything can help keep this podcast going. I mean, it's really day to day at this point. We don't know how much longer we have working on this podcast.
Yeah, his scar is contagious. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you want to see more of, and keep watching. Thank you.
Please, the support lets the podcast keep living. Thank you guys.
Now,
And then we're gonna
we come in suits.
No, but I think we need to make changes if we want to see growth in the podcast. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, you're right. We need to make
we
changes.
can't keep expecting results without any change in approach.
Or like going harder. You could always go harder. Something new, even if it's like changes it a little bit, but just pushes it forward. Which we did with the guests. Well, I mean, dude, our views have gotten up, at least on Instagram. We've gotten more.
Oh, we got more Instagram
Spotify
followers.
5-star reviews. Oh, let's do that. We'll do that ad at the end.
Clear your throat before it happens again. There you go.
Oh yeah, you could hear it festering up. You could hear it fuming.
But who looks out for you?
I had a dream he was doing an episode with another comic named Corey Ryan, and I freaked out.
He
Remember
woke
when I
up the
called
next
you?
morning. He was like, "So you talking to other bitches now?" And I was like, "Whoa, baby."
It was crazy because in my dream, I wake up in the dream and I get a call from Diego, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna send you over the new episode. Come, just look at it and let me know what you think." And then I look at it and I'm like, "What the fuck? It's not even me. I'm not even in the episode. Why'd you fucking send it to me?" And I called him back. I was like, "Don't ever fucking do an episode with Corey Ryan. No Corey Ryan. No anyone else but me. No one else. Unless it's like a Pablo."
No, so that's the thing. At some point, there will be I'm talking 200 episodes in, 300 episodes in. We're gonna have to we're gonna be living bi-coastal. We're gonna be on the road. Our schedules might not sync up. So you have to one of us at some point will have to do another episode, an episode with someone else.
Yeah, that would.
But that's fine, and we'll run it by each other. I'll probably have Jasper Dolphin will be in an episode. I think.
I'll get Action Bronson.
Can we trade?
Well, you wanted Jasper.
Yeah, I do want Jasper. But those are the types of people that'll fill in, important.
Yeah.
Pablo is a good one. Pablo will always fill in.
Those are fine, and I think also that's phase 4, in Marvel phase 4.
Oh yeah,
We're phase 1, and this is
we're gonna
Captain
be phase
America.
1 for a while though.
We're phase 1 for 8 years.
No, not that long.
You're right.
Just
We're phase 1 for 8 months.
I was thinking through December, dude.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Oh yeah, well we started this podcast February.
February, but I don't think the first episode, came out until March.
Okay, so March.
No, I think we started it in March. Let's say March.
Not March. So we're ahead of schedule. We have gotten up. We've gone up subscribers. We've gone up views. I think one thing.
I think our views have gone down.
I think they've gotten only better. That's the thing. They've gotten only better.
I'm just checking to see when we started.
Yeah, check. Well, here's the thing, right? I guess the reason why we bring this up is these every 4s are going to be kind of a benchmark to see where we're
450 subscribers. Huge.
I know, right? When we started, it was under 200.
Exactly.
So it's one of those things where we have to
March 8th.
reflect and think about things. I did a couple shows in LA. They were pretty fun.
Oh, just flex it. Why don't you? I did shows in LA too, punk.
And what happened?
I almost got kicked out of the club.
Do you want to say what happened? Maybe you shouldn't say what happened.
Have we talked about
You've
this?
had, but the problem is you can't have 3 episodes in a row.
Where I'm the bad guy?
Yeah, you can't have 3 episodes in a row where you're just... We'll save that down the line.
I almost got kicked out of the club.
Yeah, let's just say he dealt with a heckler in a bad way.
I
Or
just
it was a fun way.
I had a good time.
We all had a good time. The
You
tape
weren't
is good.
yeah. The tape is great. I'll put the tape out.
I'll go to the next one. Yeah, put the...
Should I text them right now? Because they offered more spot. Okay, just talk about your LA shows.
Anyway, so I did the LA shows and I met up with a friend, and afterwards I was talking to them and I was saying, like, as much as stand-up is... Because I think a lot of our stress nowadays comes out of stand-up. Oh, also work and school.
School, dude. Just go.
And it comes out of work and school, and I think in that we get like caught up in it. And I remember saying, like, it's crazy because like everything that I want right now, like, or that I'm not, everything that I have right now that I'm not satisfied with, and I'm like always wanting more. If I would have told myself, like, the me from 2 years ago, I had what I have now, I would have been like fucking hyped about it.
Well, like, this was the life that I'm living right now was the goal.
Exactly.
This time last
for so
year.
long.
One, at least a show. Oh, you know how it is. Like, this was the goal, and I'm still unsatisfied at this moment. That means that, like, and obviously it's dumb to think that like I'll never be satisfied, but I think you're supposed to have some like want in you that's insatiable, and like, is that the right word?
Yeah, you need both. You need the strive. You need to always strive for more so you don't plateau. But you also need to reflect and be grateful, because like the way I said it is like I framed it in my head now is like, I know I'm gonna be okay because everything I want I'm gonna have, because everything I wanted so far I've had. Because there was a point where I just wanted to do stand up. I just wanted to get on stage. Then there was a point where I just wanted to keep getting on stage. Then there was a point of shows. Then consistency with shows, then certain types of shows, then like a consistency in those certain types of shows. And now everything I wanted, there's maybe like 2 things I don't have yet that I'm sure I'll have. And then even then I still won't be satisfied. I'll still want more.
Yeah. And I think part of it too is like you have to understand that things come if you continue to work for them. And so you just have to be patient and not complacent. You have to be patient and like continue the same work ethic, continue to grind. And eventually it'll come, it'll work out. Because I like, and it's dumb to compare yourself to others, but there are others that are like, oh, you don't get this as much as I do, or like you don't care about this as much as like you could just tell the way people operate day to day. You're not living your life to like head somewhere. You're living right now to just be content in where you're at.
You have to fill time.
Yeah.
Which even that I kind of am like, because I feel like I was saying this, like stand up, it rewired my brain. Because like, do you remember when Pablo was saying like, you know how hard it is to quit stand up? Like when Pablo was like, I can't quit because it's like my life is formed around it. It's kind of like that. The brain I have now isn't like, I have to learn to separate me and comedy me. And that's what I'm trying to do.
It's so
now.
hard, dude. I got in trouble for saying bitch at work the other day.
What happened?
I was telling
you called someone a bitch?
I didn't call someone a bitch. I was telling a story, and I was like, "Oh, get this," and then the bitch did this, and then they were like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "Oh,
I didn't know I could say that. I didn't know you guys were a bunch of squares."
Oh, we're not the cool table?
Hey, listen, I thought we were all having a good time.
It's an HR meeting. And then the bitch is going to say, don't harass her. And then the bitch is going to say, I say hi to everybody.
Bitch, you came up to me.
There was one time, she's like a government official. Who did you call bitch?
Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi. You're like, I don't even know what the context, we were just, it was at the time in comedy where you're like, you're just trying to find interesting shit to talk about.
And you're just trying to like hang out. You're learning how to hang out. Mm-hmm. And we're standing outside the club, and like we're all just sitting there, and I'm like, man, Nancy Pelosi's a bitch. And some random dude walking by
with his girlfriend, and also he heard us say it, walked it like 5 or 6 seconds after, so we already done with the Nancy Pelosi thing.
And so he's like 10 feet away. He's like maybe 10, 15 feet away from us. He's like, hey, my girl's not a bitch. And I was like, yeah, man, I didn't say she was.
Yeah, we're like, we all were, at first he was like, hey, and we didn't even think he was, I thought he was fighting with his girlfriend.
I was like, hit her. No, I need to stop saying that stuff. You know when you...
You know when you mean it? No, I get what you're saying. Well, I think it's because it's like funny. It's The part that's funny is it's funny that you would say that. It's not funny that you think that. Like this statement is so outrageous. I'm gonna say this, and it's
it doesn't
funny
fit in
because
the
it's
context.
outrageous.
It's out of context,
But the
yes.
problem is when you do it every episode.
People think last episode, I tried justifying the guy from that 70s show hitting Demi Lovato, and it's not that I tried justifying it. See, that's the other thing. It's like I'm not justifying it. It's funny that to take the stance because no one would like. It's obviously a terrible act. But it's funny to maybe it's not funny.
it's funny to double down.
We're all over the place right now, but that's good.
No,
I
like it. These are the episodes that are my favorite. Because we get a mix of everything.
Remember before stand up, like before you did comedy, when like 8 o'clock would roll around and you'd be like, all right, well that's it for the day. I guess I got to watch a TV show now or something.
I know.
And now like 8 o'clock comes around, and if you're not outside, you're not even living.
Exactly. Well, it's also weird how
dude, I question, like I used to get up early,
yeah,
like no issue. I would go to sleep at like 9:30, 10 o'clock and just wake up at 5:30, 6 o'clock and just be like, yep, this is how I'm gonna start my day.
I always kind of woke up around I couldn't help it. Early for me was like sometimes 8, sometimes 9, but like I remember during the pandemic I would sleep in to like 10. And my roommates got on me. They're like, no, you can't do that. So I started to train myself to wake up early. And the other day I slept till 1, and that felt so good.
I haven't been able to. I need it right now because my schedule is so messed up. Like not getting off work until midnight is the worst.
It's crazy that you do that.
It's the absolute worst. It's so unsustainable. And then the other day they offered me. They're like, do you want to work the morning shift? And a part of me was like, yeah, man. So I asked. I was like, well, what's the morning shift? They're like 3 a.m. to 11 a.m.
That's crazy.
Which is ridiculous.
Because you're going to be tired all day. Now you're just tired.
It's just a different... Now it's like I got to go to bed at 4 p.m. to get 8 hours of sleep. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and also it's like you don't... Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That's pretty screwed. What was I going to say? I just... You know what I keep like thinking about? Don't you just feel like we're like in the transition period
right now? Yeah, you could feel it, dude. Because you don't feel stuck, but like you know that right now isn't it, and you've been in this pattern for a little bit, and you're expecting for like the next pattern to come, and you don't know what or how, but you're looking for ways to like spark it or like start the fire for the next pattern.
Yeah,
you're looking for the domino to tip.
Mm-hmm. And like obviously there's still some things down here that are exciting, but I'm not nervous anymore.
Nervous for what? What
Just
were
in
you
general,
nervous for before?
Okay, I guess when I say that I should like be I should give more like be more specific. But what I mean is like I remember before even like doing a mic or a show felt like there was something in your stomach where you're like, oh shit. There was like the first day of school vibes where you show up and you're just looking around the room at the posters and like, holy shit,
yeah.
this is life for the next foreseeable future. It's everything feels so bland. It feels like Netflix. Going home and watching Netflix and being like, nothing new, but I'll just pick this and decide what to do.
Yeah.
And it's like that's what it feels like right now. And in a way, it's satisfying. It's comforting because now I can feel like I can just do whatever, and I go like, none of this matters.
Yeah.
Because in a year, like none of this matters. Because let's say if worst case scenario, I fucked everything up, I screw up, I could always go to another comedy scene. And none of this matters.
Fresh. Yeah.
I think something clicked where I was like, everyone that I can't stand, everyone that like it annoys me that they look down on me or like whatever. Also, it's like you take things personally when like it doesn't have anything to do with you. All that stuff and all that emotional stuff doesn't matter, and that like opened me up, but it also made it boring because there's no stakes.
Hey guys, we're taking just one more break from the episode. If you like listening to the episodes here on YouTube, or if you don't like them, we're also on Spotify.
Yeah, make sure you follow us on there. Please rate us 5 stars so we can reach a broader audience and get more viewers to just like you guys.
Your guys' support helps the podcast live on. So please, if you don't like listening here, give it a shot on Spotify. The link will be down in the description.
Thanks again for watching. Back to the episode.
There's no, right now we're playing with the house money. Mm-hmm. That it's such low stakes for us in like everything we do in stand up, and that like literally we're like, you know how they say like little kids are, it's good to make them start boxing early because the punches don't hurt and they're able to like to like move, and it trains them to like see when the punches are coming without having fear of like it hurting. That's what we're at right now. And that like the punches, yeah, it hurts because we're a little kid and it's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna like do damage to us like long term. So we're just kind of learning to like see the punches and move with it.
Yeah, and exactly, and I think that's where we're at. I think it's also interesting because like here, how much time?
We're at 25 minutes, so I'll reset it in a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I talked about this earlier, where it's like same thing with like even in life, right? There was a point where I just wanted to finish college. I finished college, and there's no like, oh, I did it. Like there's no finish line. It's just like you do it, and then you're like, this is life now. You get so used to the new feeling so fast. You know what I mean?
Well,
so it's like, why not just go to the next level now, if it's gonna get comfortable again?
Yeah.
But I don't like. Do you like? Because I don't think I've ever talked to you about this, or at least I don't remember in detail. Like, because what was the day when you're like, okay, I'm doing comedy? Because I heard why, and I don't think I ever even got the full.
The day, okay, so the day I turned 18, or like the week leading up to my 18th birthday, I sent emails to clubs asking if I could do their open mic, because I had always like I had it in my mind for some reason growing up that I'd be able to do it at 18, like clubs would let me in, and because you hear that like, oh, I started at 18. But then I looked and all the clubs would not let me in. Like on their websites, it was like 21 and up. So I just sent emails anyways. And I was like, can I come in? No one responded. And so also like it was still like leaving the pandemic. So I was like, okay, maybe they're just not open yet.
You also made because even before that, you made like a promise to yourself, right?
Oh, I had promised to myself that if I stayed in San Diego, I've said this a lot, but I always promised myself that if I stayed in San Diego for school, I would do stand-up.
Yeah. So was that? So you were like even back then trying to start, you just couldn't, and then
school started. Within the first week, I was like, I'm not happy at this school. Like I'm not happy. I don't see myself getting along. I loved my roommates, but I was like, I don't see myself hanging out with anybody here. I don't see myself really like getting into anything or like getting involved in anything here. So I was like, oh, I could just do stand up. I'm just gonna find a way to do stand up. So I I signed up for an open mic, not even because back then you had to sign up for the Madhouse mic through an email. I didn't even like send I didn't say anything. I just signed up, and then I showed up to the mic, and they're like, hey man, can I see your ID? And I was like, look, I'm 18, but I signed up, can I just go up? They're like, man, I don't know, you signed up? And I was like, my name's right here on the list, because remember they used to put the list out on the window. I was like, my name's right here, can I just go up? I'll wait outside until I go up. They're like, yeah, okay. So I waited outside. And then the door guy was like, look, you could sit right here. So he put me inside, but next to the door and to the side. And then Krebs was the bartender at the time. And he was like, look, man, you look weird right there. Just come sit over here. I'll watch you. Don't move. Don't order anything. And I was like, cool. So I'm sitting there. He goes, I feel bad. You want a Coke or something? And I was like, nah, dude, I'm good. Don't worry about me. I was, believe it or not, sitting next to Jacob Johnstone, who was the guy that went up. He was like close to me in numbers, and Aaron Trahan. And then I was like number 70 or whatever.
You want to restart it real quick?
I'm checking the time. I feel like I should.
You want to just restart it real quick so we don't think?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll come back.
Hold on. Keep talking.
Yeah.
I don't need to tell the full story.
Well, I kind of like, because I think it's cool to do it just because, like, I don't know, especially for these benchmarks, I think it's cool to look back on. You know what I mean? Maybe just for me. But I also think, here's what I think. As dumb as I think this is, and I do think it's dumb that we're doing this because who cares? But I think some people do care. But I also think if I want to do it, the people that like me or like this will want to watch it. And if they don't, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. I don't care. Watch it or don't. I mean, I want you to watch it. But I mean, like, if you hate that I want to do this, then watch another episode.
No, but like the feeling.
No, tell them.
So, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So, long story short, I'm waiting because your first time signing up for a mic, so you're like number 70 or whatever, waiting to go. I think I was in the 50s. I think there was only like 50 people, and it was a Monday night, and there was the dude that was signed up after me, or like that was the number right after me, brought a ton of his friends out. And so it was in the main room, and the room was packed because this guy brought all his friends. And I still have the video of, because I couldn't bring anyone, obviously, because I'm a kid. So if I couldn't get in, my friends couldn't get in. So I wanted proof of me going on stage. So I recorded the guy.
I think that's it. Go back. I think or is that just a picture? Like that?
That's just a picture. But I recorded, Sean McCall was the host. I recorded him calling my name up. And to me, that was the coolest feeling ever. It was like hearing my name called up. And I know it's an open mic, but it still felt cool. So I recorded him calling my name up. I go on stage and the room's packed because the guy behind me brought all his friends. And I had material written, but also I was like, no, they're not listening. They're like, no one was like laughing in general. And so I just made fun of the comics that had gone up before me. And like, this is a bad night. Like, you guys like come to do this, and I'm crushing, or at least in my mind, I'm crushing. I am murdering. And I do like a couple bits that I had written. And then I did one bit where I still wanted proof of like having gone up on stage. So I was like, and I'm still young, but like I was really, really young looking then. I still look young, but I was like, sorry guys. I told my mom I'd send a picture of her so that she knew I'd like something stupid like that. Playing that like my mom is asking me to go home, but I need proof that I'm like here. So I took a picture. I took a selfie on stage, and that was like the coolest feeling ever. Of like, dude, I just did stand up. Yeah. I just did it. Like the thing that you like dream about forever as a kid. I did it, and then I get off stage, and because I had been making fun of all the comics before me, the bartender, Josh, pulls me to the side. He's like, hey, man, this is your first time doing this? I was like, yeah, man, I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to be mean to like the other? He's like, no, man, it's comedy. Like, that's fine. But this is for real your first time doing this? And I was like, yeah. He goes, all right, man, since you're young, do you want a job here so that like you could come here more often? And I was like, yeah, man, I'd love to like work here. So he's like, okay, the manager's here tonight. I'm going to go get him. And so he goes down, you know, like how there's a downstairs.
Yeah, yeah.
So he goes downstairs to grab Gabe. He's like, hey man, they just go downstairs. They want to like see you. So I go downstairs and I'm sitting in the like nasty, like mildewy bat cave of fucking Madhouse. And this is retarded because none of this matters, but it was such a cool feeling at the time. I was like,
you just
there's the walls are slimy. And I'm talking to Gabe. He's like, yeah, man. So here's my number. Hit me back at the end of the week. Because my schedule was busy or whatever. He's like, hit me back at the end of the week when you know what days like you could work, and we'll get you working here. But they wanted me to work in the kitchen, and I didn't want to work in the kitchen. So I was like, I don't know. I texted him back. Long story short, I didn't end up working there, but I left the club that night screaming in the car. Screaming like, I fucking did it! I did it! Which was stupid. It's one open mic, but it's such a cool feeling.
But I think those are and I think that's why I'm bringing this up, because it's like, I think the whole theme of this episode is, like, I was like, all right, Chooch isn't going to be here. We can't have as like the highest of like the best episodes or whatever. And it is fun with me, just me and you. But like, I think the cool thing is like, it's just the best way to do this going forward. I think that I want to take for is just being real. So it's like, if we're funny those days, we'll be funny. If it's like this and it's kind of like, what is this feeling? Kind of like reflective, I guess, or like
nostalgic.
Nostalgic? Here.
This is the video. This is the video of them calling my name up. I just wanted proof that I did it because I couldn't bring anyone. Like I was a kid. And then here's the picture of me on stage. See, crushing. You see how packed the room is?
Yeah, it is pretty packed, especially for that. Well, yes, yeah, and I think the way you're describing the feeling now is like whenever we get down on ourselves or stressful or we're worrying about stand-up, we should remember that. We should remember that. Because if you could talk, you like now could talk to the U70s Diego in the car, he would be fucking hyped.
He's like, you're getting shows. You get to go up this, like people ask you to go up. You don't have to ask to go up.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes.
Yeah. Do you think
I'd play it cool? I'd be like, yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is. Keep working hard.
Do you think future you would big time?
I would big time the fuck out of. Hey, man. You know, if you keep your head down, maybe you'll get to be me one day.
Do I end up working in Madhouse? And you're just like, oh,
dude, get this. Not only do you get to work there, you get to work there for free.
You take your hat off. Oh, and look, don't cut it. Don't cut it. How'd you cut it? I don't know. I got hit by a school bus on my bike.
Don't buy a motorcycle. Whatever your dad tells you, it's not gonna be fun.
Don't do it. Oh, I'm trapped in a lease. Oh. I joined a biker gang.
I'm in the Hells Angels.
They didn't give me a jacket. I had to knit one. Somebody knitted me one. They don't respect it. You can't put a patch on something that's knitted. But yeah, I think
We eat breakfast on Tuesdays, but I work on Tuesdays.
so I'm never getting breakfast. And when I try to show, they're just getting mad at me. They say I don't care.
I don't have the right motorcycle for this gang.
It's Italian. They said, why'd you get Italian? I explained to them why it's nice, and they don't listen.
Yeah, man. So how'd you start stand?
I started stand up. I was in a really rough patch in my life. I didn't get into the film school I wanted, and I was like, all right, you're lying to yourself. Because always in film, when I was alone and sitting there, even when I would I'd push it and I'd be like, no, be determined. I'd watch all the motivational videos. I'd wake up. I'd fucking stay there for hours trying to get stuff done. I couldn't bring myself to feel what I feel with stand up. You know what I mean? Which is
You were
it just
faking it.
feels right. Even when I was the fake it till you make it, it felt empty. It felt like a lie. So I was like, okay, number one, you have to go hard. So I didn't get into the film school part that I wanted. I was only going to be a critical studies major, meaning I couldn't work on the production side of film. So I was like, I'm out. I don't give a fuck about that. That's lame. I'm going to take the semester off. I'm going to work on film sets, really decide if I want this. And if not, you have to find something else.
Yeah.
You have to find something else. I did that for months and months and months. People were telling me to do stand-up, that I was funny. I always wanted to do it. But in my head, I think when I say this, people don't understand what I mean. I didn't think it was possible, not because it's oh, you can't sign up for a mic. I mean, what I wanted out of it, I didn't think it was possible to be a comic. I was like, that's not real. That's not a real path. That's not a real idea. You don't understand how to do it. You don't understand the path available. And then one day I was laying in bed, and I followed a comic one time that wasn't even local. They were in LA, but they came down for a weekend. And I was just like, holy shit. They just did the mics. I was like, what am I doing? It's August. I told everyone I'd start in August. And I got up, and I put my name down, and I was like, I'm going to go Tuesday and Wednesday. And I showed up on that Tuesday. I made friends come with me because nobody wanted to come. And I show up to their house, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it tonight.
You want to
You
come?
guys should come. Yeah, and then they're like, oh, all right. So I made them come. They filmed me. They fucked up the film. It's you only see the end, which is Carlos. And then and they got a picture. But I remember telling myself, I was like, do it, because once you do it, you're gonna want to do it all the time. And that's true. I did it, and then within the second day, I met our friend Frankie Churchill, who we did a podcast with in the past.
Yeah.
I got in with the scene pretty fast, and within a month, I got booked on 2 shows. I was hosting the mic. I got in pretty fast with the scene. And then from there, it's I just kept searching for more and wanting more.
I remember one of the first times I met you, we were standing outside the club looking at the open mic list on the window, and one of our other friends had moved slightly higher on the list. And you're like, holy shit, dude, you moved up. You're going to get a show soon.
I had no idea what I remember when I was second to last on the list every time I signed up, and I showed up the next week, and I was 5th from last. And I was like, they notice. I'm killing it. And the amount of it's kind of you know what's crazy feeling, even when I started, so there was a comic, I didn't know this, that started before me named Jose Figueroa. So when I started, I was in bottom of the list. I was 18.
Really?
I swear to God.
Because they thought you were him?
They thought I was him. So when I showed up, I didn't even have to wait that long. So I've been very lucky in stand up, and there's things that it's funny too, because when I think about it, everything, since I was a little kid, I wanted to speak up more. I wanted to be comfortable in my own skin. I wanted to feel obviously there's that insecure comic thing where you want love and acceptance.
Yeah.
And it's weird how the thing that I feel most comfortable in, the thing that I strive for the most, brings me all those things. It's so weird how life is so what is
rewarding.
it? Yeah. Well, what is it Is this? I don't even know if there's a word, but it just fits in the right pieces. It's so what is it? Symbiotic relationship?
I don't know what you're asking.
I don't know what I'm saying. Pretty much what I'm saying is it's weird how everything I strived for and everything I wanted, at one point it came in one form or another. Maybe not the exact way I expected it to be, but it came. So I was especially because dude, I get so bitter sometimes. So bitter. I get so fucking annoyed. I get so pissed about shit.
It smells like pulled pork.
Oh, you noticed my cologne? You know what is spam number 5?
You smell it though, right?
A little bit. Yeah, what the fuck? I got ham in my pockets. I got ham.
It's ham. What do I do with it? Oh, no.
It's in my teeth. I just a whole fucking spam.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, it's fine. But I really do. I think that's why like I'm in this mood, because it's like I think sometimes we also have to remind ourselves, like, as dumb as it is, like we wanted this life that we have now, and it's like everything we want now, it's gonna come.
It's just a matter of if. It's just a matter of when, not if.
Guarantee you, because all we want right now, right, is to
Move.
Move, but specifically be comics in the sense of like we're not working and doing everything, not doing anything but comedy. That we want to just
Or
get paid.
everything we do is a plus. Like I don't mind if I'm working, but if I'm working at like a top club in America just to like pay the bills, but I still get to do stand up, that's the dream.
Exactly.
Honestly, I would do that for the rest of my life, even if it means I don't get a retirement. If I don't have medical, dental health, if I never get to have kids because of it, I don't care if it means that I still get to go up every night.
But then the thing that's crazy is when we reach that, because I guarantee you we'll still be like, fuck, I'm not like.
What's next?
It's never. So that's what I'm saying is like, even like, watch, we could have episode 400 and we're still like, remember this? And then we'll be just as happy and remember the feeling. It's never enough. And that's what I'm saying is like, even though it never feels like it's enough, we have to remember like to be happy for what we have, because there was a point where we didn't see it
where we didn't have
possible.
this, and this seemed unattainable.
Remember when we couldn't even do a podcast?
And we do the amount of podcasts we've tried to do before. I was trying to do podcasts with friends before I even started stand up, and they were like, I don't get what you're trying to do. And I was like, no man, trust me, this is good. I have one posted on YouTube where we were like, on this actual account, like if you scroll down far enough, it's the top albums of the 2010s decade.
It's called Big Booty Bitches Pod.
The BBP pod.
The BBP pod.
There was no bitches.
It's just us two. We reviewed a Rick Ross album.
Nah, I'm feeling good, man. We're like 45 minutes in, I think.
You want to call it soon? Here,
I think we should, because we still got to film some other stuff.
Yeah.
And take care of some things.
Yeah, you're right. What do you want to close on?
This was actually fun.
I know, right?
I've had a lot of fun recording this episode.
I think that's why. I think we will close off on this. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for being 24 episodes
exactly
with us.
And as dumb and as sappy as this is, we'll still have funny stuff. We're gonna get really funny guests in here. We're gonna expand. We're gonna get some LA comics. We're gonna get more of our friends on. And expect. Here's what I say: expect for more. Expect for consistency. And expect for like growth and like more. What is it? Authentic content, but also high end.
Yeah, the production value is only gonna get better. Everything's gonna get better from here.
Yeah.
Next week, guys.
I dropped the camera.
We don't have a camera anymore. Let's get lights.
I know, we're getting lights.
Okay.
Next step, lights.
We're out.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody.
Ain't no
Wait,
mountain.
what were we singing at the beginning?
Oh, what was it? Oh, fuck.
Cause there ain't no mountain. It wasn't that song. But you stopped it?
Yeah, I just stopped right now. Because baby, there ain't no valley low.
Dude, we need to do one more promo for
Okay,
the episode.
just here, let's get off and let's think of something.
Should we have Nikki do it?
Yeah, can you do a Nicki impression?
Okay.
Wait, just get off so we can be seen. Do your best Nicki.
Hey, Barbs. No.
No, okay, dude. Okay, this would really try. Try your
I
best.
can only do one impression. Really.
Okay,
it's Joe Swanson.
Okay, dude, Joe Swanson is Nicki Minaj.
Hey, Barbs.
Subscribe.
Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast. No, this is turning into. I guess I'm Nicki Minaj now.
I'm Nicki.
Okay, do cry Nicki Minaj, but asking to subscribe to the podcast.
Please subscribe to the podcast. I joined Israel. No, don't join Israel. Don't join it. We're not talking about that. Pretty much subscribe to the podcast. I'm Nicki Minaj. Subscribe to the podcast.
Subscribe, please subscribe, please.
This was a play on America.
Thank you guys.
Bow. Do, 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 do.